Before a hand can reach out and serve, a heart must first learn to connect. Our Serve Our City mission didn't begin with a project, it began with a purpose. It started with an invitation to come together, to look at one another not just as individuals, but as a family bound by faith. Through laughter, shared moments, and a simple scavenger hunt, we began to build the foundation of our work, true connection.
And then the real outpouring began. At Kaminsky Park, the lines started to form, families, neighbors, individuals, each carrying their own hidden burden, facing their own quiet battles. We didn't just open the back of the truck, we opened our hearts. As the smoke rose from the grill and food was handed out, we saw a glimpse of the kingdom. Fresh produce, warm meals, basic necessities like box fans to beat the summer heat. We knew that a full stomach is only the beginning. The soul needed to be fed too.
So we moved down the line with purpose. We held cards in our hands, but love in our eyes. We asked the questions that matter. What do you need? But more than anything, we wanted them to know one simple truth. You are not forgotten. You are loved. You do not have to carry this weight alone. We weren't just distributing goods. We were distributing hope.
The next morning started with a powerful reminder. We talked about how easy it is to become weighed down by the invisible stresses of life. However, God meets us right where we are, to lift those heavy burdens off of our shoulders, and He replaces them with His peace.
With lighter hearts, our hands went straight to work. We collected furniture from generous donors. For families in our community, a bed to sleep on or a table to gather around isn't given, it's a luxury. By gathering these pieces for Resources Unite, we weren't just moving heavy objects, we were preparing to deliver a fresh start to people in need of that.
The biggest challenge was waiting for us at the warehouse. Things were piled high, thrown together, and completely overwhelmed by cluster. But our team looked at the mess and saw an opportunity to bring order into chaos. We cleaned, we sorted, and we completely transformed that warehouse into a space of efficiency.
We gathered the next morning to talk about true leadership. We learned that in the kingdom of God, to lead is to serve. True leaders don't stand above the crowd. They step down into trenches and put the needs of others entirely before their own.
We spent the day delivering furniture to families who needed it most. Every single piece carried into a home was our way of saying, God cares about your comfort. It was a privilege to turn an empty space into a place of hope.
But then came the moments that defined our entire mission, the moments that reminded us why we truly came. We went out on a prayer walk. We left a covering of prayer over every single household, because long after the furniture fades and the food is gone, the spiritual seeds planted through prayer will stand forever.
For our final project, we gathered to pack cleaning kits filled with supplies generously provided by our church family. When we distribute them at Hillcrest Family Center, we realize that serving isn't always about the grand gestures. Sometimes it's about meeting the most basic, everyday needs with love and excellence.
We gathered at Pizza Ranch to share a meal, play games, and to laugh together, because a community that serves together should also rejoice together. We looked around the room and didn't just see a youth group or a volunteer team anymore. We saw a family.
We brought the journey to a close where it mattered most, in the presence of God. As we lifted our hands and our voices in worship, praising Jesus as one unified body, the truth became clear. This trip wasn't just a moment in time. It was a catalyst. We didn't just go out to serve the city for a week. We learned what it means to be the church every single day. The mission does not end here. Our hands are ready, our hearts are open, and we are just getting started.